you take a moment, a couple moments to make sure that our fan base and our university family understand how much we love them and how much we appreciate them. This has been a special season, and it's been special because of a lot of people. Because of a lot of people's sacrifices, a lot of people's love, a lot of people's support, a lot of people's commitment to make sure that we have an opportunity to continue to chase our dreams. Our fan base is second to none in the country. So loving, so caring. That new hitting facility is amazing. Our president, our administration, our athletic department continue to invest in these kids, our dreams, what we want to get done. Wednesday at the staff meeting, I have a chance to individually recognize my staff, not only my coaching staff, but also the people within the department that have done so much for this program for so many years. So I know we're on to, how we're going to win this regional, but I just want to take a second to make sure that people take a deep breath and they realize that this is not something you're entitled to. The reason why this program's had the success that it's had is because of the contributions and the sacrifice and the love and the support of so many people. And you have to continue to expand that every year. It has to be expanded upon. You have to make sure that people understand and recognize that that's part of the journey. That's the foundation of the journey. That's the foundation of this program. Trust me, we understand the next week, the next couple of weeks are important in defining this team. And let's make sure that we take a deep breath and we understand that to get to where we get every year, to get to this point, that we love, appreciate, and are so thankful for the contributions of so many people. It's something that we're honored to represent this university and this community every year. And now the journey continues. Last night they said on the announcement show, the journey begins. Well, I don't know about all that. The journey's begun a long time ago. The journey doesn't begin, the journey continues. So we were just throwing BP before we walked over. Our kids came in early this morning. We're working hard on the scout reports. Our kids are enthused, but they understand we're going to grind this week. We're going to have a tough week. We're going to work hard this week. And they've grinded all year. We're going to be ready to go.
Coach, is this as just pure one team versus another team in the whole history of UL versus LSU softball, like where you just feel like it's just two good teams playing and there's not as much of that other stuff hanging over it more than ever?
Well, I'm not going to be presumptuous because first we play McNeese, which McNeese has had an incredible year and has an incredible team and is on an incredible roll right now. Just going to your point, even about the rivalry between UL and McNeese, the subplots are for y'all. It's not for us, I like to tell my team the ball doesn't understand all that. The ball doesn't understand all the subplots and all the drama. So when you get to postseason, it's not going to come down to what happened 5 years ago, where your grandpa went to school, who did what to who 10 years ago, and all that stuff doesn't matter. I mean, the game is going to be decided by what that little ball, who influences that little ball, who can square it, who can spin it, who can catch it, who can throw it. What color the uniforms are on different people and what you do pregame and tailgate, I know all that's fun. I know that's what attracts so many people to athletics. But I'm staying out of the fray. I'm going to stay out of the fray, and hopefully my kids can stay out of the fray. The game's hard enough to play without all that extra drama. I think it can be healthy. I want it to be healthy. I know there's that I probably have contributed in some of this stuff in the past myself. But it's time to get over that stuff, and it's time for it to be a healthy rivalry, and it's time for the focus to be on the kids and the integrity of the game.
To that point, though, in the front part of it, how do you get your kids, and maybe more importantly, the people around your kids who have their ear to remember that there are 2 other teams in the regional?
Oh, my kids knew it when it came up on the screen. We're not looking past McNeese. I can guarantee you that. And last year we got into a dogfight with Boston. What was it, 9-6? A couple years ago we got a dogfight with Texas Southern, 7-5. The first games are dogfights, man. I never been in a first game where you just like, the other team says, hey man, you're UL. You get to advance. You're 40 whatever. And they just bow down and let you win. And I remember the year we went to the World Series in 08, and we played East Carolina 1-0. I don't ever remember game 1 of a regional ever being a gimme. And now with the added postscript between UL and McNeese, it's going to be a war. It's going to be an absolute war. And they've had an incredible year. In a lot of ways, you look at the common opponents that we both have played, they have done better than we have against the common opponents. He's got a very grown-up team. They got a little chip on their shoulder. We gotta be ready for McNeese. I'm not worried about LSU. Right now, LSU has a good team too, but if we can't take care of McNeese, we're not gonna play LSU. I mean, I don't understand how people can look past game 1. I mean, I've never, like I said before, game 1 has never been easy. It's never been easy. So we're coming out. We're gonna be ready. I'm gonna just tell you that. If we get beat game 1, I don't want to hear this baloney about we were looking bad. I don't want to hear that because it's not true. We're right now. All of our focus is on game 1. I assure you of that.
You've talked about the environment and the electricity of playing these regionals at Lamson. Is it a different conversation to get the younger players energized about that challenge or that thing about getting fired up about the opportunity to go on the road and win in a different environment? Is it a different conversation or a different, just in general, for the younger players who are not?
Well, what's good about this team is they've all been in hostile environments in postseason. Every kid on that every kid that's going to be in that starting lineup has been in those environments. So, and it doesn't matter if you're gonna win. If you're gonna win the World Series, you're gonna have to do it away from home. I mean, naturally, you want to host. If we could host every game and right here at Lamson Park, then we can win a national championship. Unfortunately, you have to do it on the road. Last year we had to go to Oklahoma. The year before we went to Auburn. The year before we went to Michigan. I mean, this group of kids has the experience and they understand what a hostile environment's going to be. But we're gonna have some red in the stands, and we may be outnumbered, but our fans are loyal, and whether they're in the stands or they're praying for us before we get there, or they're sitting at home watching on TV. we're gonna feel their support, and we're gonna fight for them. We're gonna be fighting for our fans every pitch. And the other fans can be screaming and yelling against us, but we're gonna fight. We're gonna fight for each other. We're gonna fight for the Cajuns.
Coach, I'm sure Alex's performance was very encouraging, and she's pitched great the last few weeks. What is she doing, without getting too technical, I guess, so much better than she was doing earlier in the year right now? And is really the illegal pitch thing the only concern with her, with the role she's in?
Wow. Alex is ready, man. This is her moment. Before the championship game, I said, Alex, throw a lot of pitches. I'm going to let the freshman throw. Let's give her a chance. Let's season her. Let's get her ready in case we need her. All that good stuff that the coaches like to throw out there. And she wasn't having none of that. She said, Coach, this is my game, and it's my ball. And Tony sat there and talked about selflessness, which that's what we have on our staff too. But now it's not time to be selfless. It's time to say, give me the ball. And in our sport, you can give it to one person and they can go with it. And it's her time. We're going to give her the ball just like we did last postseason, and she's going to go with it. And what is she doing good right now? She's attacking, and she's confident, and she's good right now. And if she pitches the way she's been pitching, and the defense stays behind her the way that they have, and we just stay in the mindset that we've been in, she's as good a number one as anybody in the country. I wouldn't trade her for nobody in the country. And last night on that show, they talked about all these other pitchers. Well, they forgot one. Alex Stewart is a stud, and she knows how to pitch, and she knows how to compete. And I like my chances. I'm going to war with that kid, and I know this. I don't know what the outcome's going to be, but I know this for sure. This is what I know. I'm positive about this. She's not going to blink. She's not going to waver. She's going to be committed to every pitch. I know that. I know that in my heart. And we're going to be right there fighting with her with everything we got.
Coach, you said last year when Lexi was closing in on 30 home runs, you said if you had hit 30, you would be wearing a T-shirt that said, I hit 30 home runs.
I said that?
Yeah. Would you, the fact that you can almost...
If I had 3 home runs, I'd get it.
The fact that you can almost have that conversation with DJ, does that make you kind of smile just seeing her development and just overall in different areas?
It's amazing. Simply amazing. That kid, first one in the cage today. That's why we were late getting here, because she wouldn't let me leave. She's amazing. She's an amazing kid. She's amazing. She's an amazing kid. And she's not working in the cage because she wants to buy a T-shirt and be like her goofy coach. She doesn't want the spotlight. She doesn't care about the recognition. She doesn't do it for the fame. A kid's just a competitor. She's pursuing excellence every day. She wants to be the best that she can be. She wants to win a championship for this university. You served on the Tony. You served on the selection committee for the new AD with her.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a kid that just. She's got the right perspective. She understands what this journey is all about, and she's a humble kid. She's a faithful kid. She's a great kid, but with that being said, she's become a great hitter. But she's not chasing 30. She's not chasing numbers. She wants to win. But I would buy, if I hit 30, I would definitely buy it this year.
It seems like the things that jumped out about her were kind of her defensive ability and her general athleticism, but then, like, maybe this is almost kind of like a bonus, kind of that developing into that kind of middle of the order type hitter.
Well, we always knew she was going to develop into a great hitter. I mean, an old coach told me this one time. The same skills that it takes to be a great defensive player are the same skills that it takes to be a great hitter. So if you've got a kid that's a great defensive player, they have the skill set to be a great offensive player too. You just have to develop it. We knew from day one that kid had the athleticism and the skill set and the ability and definitely the work ethic to become a great hitter. She's the best power hitter in the country, in my opinion. And guess what? She's still got another year to develop, too. And she understands postseason. She's been in 3 of them. She's been there, as you said earlier, as a little freshman, but she's also been there the last couple of years. She's been to the USA trials. She's competed against all the best players in the country. She's going to feel very comfortable in this setting.
You talked about Alex in pitching. Since in about the last month, she's thrown 60 innings compared to Alyssa's 15. Any concern with depth there?
Say it again.
So Alex has thrown about 60 innings over the last month compared to Alyssa's 15. Any concern with the depth moving forward this weekend?
That's what I just told Kevin. There's no depth. She's getting the ball. So, I mean, in baseball it's a whole different story, you know. That's why Tony has to be a whole lot smarter than me. In softball, you don't have to be smart. You just don't mess it up. Softball, you just keep rolling the same person out there. There's no closer. There's no who's number 2. There's no Friday starter. There's no Sunday starter. Softball's a no-brainer. Just like, here's the ball, sister. Go.